on the brief this morning, how about some great news to mark Workers' Day with the federal government's approval of between 25 and 35% in salary increase for civil servants on the remaining 6 consolidated salary structure. These include consolidated public service salary structure, a consolidated research and allied institution salary structure, consolidated police salary structure, consolidated paramilitary salary structure, consolidated intelligence community salary structure, and consolidated armed forces salary structure. All of the structures, by the way. These increases takes effect from January the 1st, 2024, according to a statement signed by the head of Press, National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission, Mr. Emmanuel Njoko. For the tertiary education and health sectors, it had already received their increase, which involved consolidated university academic salary structure and consolidated tertiary institution salary structure for universities, among others. Now, it's been 2 years since the Senate carried out legislative business in the Hallowed Chambers due to renovation work. So Tuesday's plenary was a delight, especially for new members. However, excitement for the lawmakers who just resumed from 6 weeks of recess was short-lived following heated argument over sitting arrangement among ranking members. It took the intervention of the Senate President to bring order, and in his remarks, he called for courage among members before adjourning sitting to May the 7th to allow contractors complete renovation work.
Both the Senate and the House of Representatives must collaborate and cooperate and provide the wings for the entirety of the National Assembly to fly and lift Nigerians out of the current quagmire. We must at all times collaborate, working together with the other arms of government, talking about the executive and the judiciary, without compromising our constitutional duties in order for our democracy to thrive. Let us pool our resources, our talents, our ideas, whilst respecting our differences and convictions of conscience. At the same time, let us not forget those trapped in the cycle of poverty. Our fight against poverty and hunger must be total and relentless. The Nigerian people have placed their trust in us, and it is our duty to honor that trust.
Well, just next door in the Green Chambers, House of Representatives, who are also in their renovated chambers, have passed a resolution to invite the Minister of Petroleum Resources, that's Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, and the Managing Director of the NNPCL over the fuel scarcity being experienced in the country. This follows a motion of urgent national importance by Mr. Umar Ajilo, raising concern over the lingering queues at petrol stations. The House expects the NNPC and the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources to explain the reason for the scarcity and measures to curb a resurgence. Meanwhile, the House is asking the Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission to suspend the implementation of the new tariff, among other issues of national importance.
Both the House invite the Minister of Petroleum Resources and all relevant stakeholders in the petroleum industry to adhere bodies out of the chamber to bring Nigeria to the real place in its current fuel scarcity and avoid the current.
Well, it appears ahead that despite the fuel scarcity, as the management of the Kaduna refinery has assured that the rehabilitation work will be completed by December this year, that's 2024. The company's managing director, Mr. Mustafa Sugungu, told the Senate ad hoc committee on a downstream during an oversight visit that the 110,000 barrels per day refinery will start production at about 60% capacity, while full production will take place subsequently. Chairman of the Senate ad hoc committee, Senator Ifeanyi Ubah, says the visit is part of the federal government's effort to ensure all the nation's refineries are fully functional.
It's not as business as usual, where money will be budgeted and then you won't see activities. We can see the expatriates, we can see spare parts coming. We are taking note of them, assurances of when, timeline, when things will be done. So relatively, we can say that we are impressed with the commitment we've seen in the refinery. The most important thing is to assure Nigerians when this refinery will start producing.
We know that the last time was 16 years ago, So we braced ourselves for all of the challenges we're seeing. If there are challenges, there are challenges that are not peculiar to the refinery. Maybe challenges around environmental location issues. But outside of that, we are ready for all the challenges we've seen so far.
In the meantime, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria Depot Chairman's Forum are threatening to cripple supply of petroleum products over non-payment of what they term bridging claims. The chairman of depots will say they have the backing of the national leadership of IPMAN explained that the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission are owing them 200 billion naira and have failed to comply with the directive of the Petroleum Minister, Oil Heineken Lokbobre, to pay them. The IPMAN depot chairman claimed that since the directive by the minister in February 2024, only 13 billion has been paid. Let's head to the international scene where former President of the United States, Donald Trump, has been fined $9,000 by New York judge Juan Megan for repeatedly violating the gag order in a hush money trial. The judge ruled that Trump violated the gag order 9 times for criticizing expected trial witnesses in posts on social media. At his campaign page, Trump must pay the fine by the end of the week. The judge also threatening incarceration if former President Trump willfully violates the gag order again, writing in his ruling. And let's head straight to the world of sports. Things ended even at the stoppage time following Vinicius Junior's goal to end Real Madrid a 2-2 draw at Bayern Munich Grippling Champions League semi-final first leg battle. The Brazilian forward fired Real Madrid ahead after 24 minutes before Leroy Sané and Harry Kane netted in 4 minutes for host Bayern. But Vinicius left the finely poised with a late equalizing penalty for Madrid. The draw puts Madrid in a driving seat ahead of the next week's return leg at Santiago Bernabeu. Bayern, who dominated large parts of the match, will still have hopes of making it to Wembley's final in June. Well, those are the stories we've been tracking for you in the last 24 hours and earlier part of this morning. Of course, and this would shape part of our conversation for the day.